Hey guys, welcome back to Wilmer Woodworks. My name is Steve, and on this channel we do woodworking projects, laser engraving tutorials, pretty much anything that involves workshops or wood shops. But this series is mainly going to focus on LightBurn tutorials. I'm going to make this my LightBurn 101 course, and we are going to go through every single field, every single little menu in LightBurn, and we'll explain to the best of my abilities what everything does. So we'll start with the file menu, the edit, the tools, and then we'll do a deep dive into more of the advanced settings. This way it'll help both of us learn. So I don't know everything about LightBurn, but we're going to learn together. And we'll go through and I'll show you some practical examples of how to use a lot more of the functions in LightBurn. So stay tuned, and this is the first episode, so we're going to get into the very basics of opening a file, saving a file, exporting a file in multiple formats, and so on and so forth. So let's get right to the computer. LightBurn 101, Episode 1, Course 1, we're going to talk about a file. So I'm going to go through the file menu and talk about each and every item in the file menu and what it does and what you can expect from it. So let's switch over straight to the software. So I have a LightBurn installed on my computer here, and I am running a Mac. It'll look similar on a Windows. I do have another laptop that I use that's Windows. And like I said, there are similarities. There's a couple of differences, mainly the control versus the command button, but we'll get to that. So the first thing I want to talk about is this file menu right up top. So we have File, Edit, Tools, Arrange, Laser Tools, Window, Language, and Help. Language, of course, is your preferred language. I have mine set to English, but you can have yours set to whatever language is default for you. And we're going to start with File. So this is the menu bar, and when you click on File, you'll see, so we have New Window, Recent Projects, Open, everything you would expect to see from a standard program. Obviously, New will create a new laser folder, or file, excuse me. New Window will open a new window. So you do have the option with LightBurn to run multiple windows and control different lasers through one program. So basically, opening a new window is opening a new instance of LightBurn. This is important if you have your laser connected to the software and you want to open a new instance of LightBurn so you can modify different layers on a new project that you may want to have ready for the next queue. All open windows and instances share all of the same preferences. The next file menu that we have is Open Recent. So this will allow you to open all of your recent projects. This is good if you have to run a few different projects that you use commonly. Open is simply that. It allows you to open a LightBurn file. So this is different than import because this would actually be a LightBurn file and not an STL. So if you have a .lbrn or .lbrn2 file already saved on your computer, this is how you would open that file. You would simply click the open button and then select the directory that that file is located in. The next file option you have is import. And as it sounds, it allows you to import either vectors or mixed formats or image formats. So the vector and mixed formats that you're allowed to import into LightBurn are Adobe Illustrator, Scalable Vector Graphics, which are your SVGs, AutoCAD, which is DXF, PDFs, and PLTs. The image formats that you're allowed to import are PNGs, JPEG, bitmaps, GIF files, and TIF files, TIFF files. Next option up in the LightBurn file menu is Show Notes. Now, show notes is a great feature. Not a lot of people use them. It allows you to add specific notes for a project. So you can add, edit, and view those notes. This is often useful if that file is going to be shared with others or a team. The next two options in the file menu are save and save as. They're similar, but different a little bit. So save will immediately save any progress that you're currently working on your file. So if you're working on a large file, I would recommend that you try to save as often as you can remember, or every 2 to 5 minutes. This way, in case the program crashes, it will auto-save, but you want to make sure you don't make too many changes that get lost. Now, if you're making a project and you want to make a specific change at one point, but you may want to revert back, that's when save as is important. Because now you can save your status at that one specific point or the vortex where you're going to significantly change your design. But you could still go back to that previous iteration. That is where I would use the Save As feature. The next option on our file menu is Export. Now, Export allows you to export your current LightBurn file. So instead of saving it as an LBRN file, you can export it as DXF, SVG, and AI, Adobe Illustrator. This allows you to share your files, like I have done with some of my files, in various formats for vinyl cutters and other machines, not just lasers. The next file menu we have is Preferences. Now this is going to be your machine preferences, and it has its own little submenu that comes off. It includes import preferences, export preferences, load preference folder, load preference backup, and edit hotkeys. This would be important if you are going to install LightBurn on a new machine, and let's say you run 2, 3, 4, maybe even 10 different lasers off of LightBurn software, and you have each calibrated to your own liking. So you can export your current machine settings and then import them into a new build or a new machine, new laptop. Then finally, in the Preferences submenu, you have Edit Hotkeys. Now, hotkeys are quick keys, such as Control-C for copy, Control-V for paste, Control-D for duplicate. This will allow you a subscreen where you can make any of those adjustments. So if there is a particular tool that you use more often than others, you can set up your own custom hotkey to pull those tools to the forefront, make them easier to get. The next option in our file menu is bundles. You either have import or export that comes up as a submenu. Now, bundles are a great way to move all information from one machine to another, such as any LightBurn settings, machine settings, material settings, basically hotkeys. If you set up custom hotkeys, that basically bundles any customization that you've made to the LightBurn software, where you can export it and then import it into a new system. 9 times out of 10, these items are not going to be used by the general user. The next two options are print black only or print keep colors. And that basically does exactly what you would think it does. It is going to print your current contents of your work area out, and you can also export that as a .pdf if you like. The final option that you have in the file drop-down menu is Save Background Capture. Now this is if you have a camera calibrated to your laser, and it will basically capture the background in a bitmap image of what that camera is picking up. But again, you would need a camera calibrated to your laser. Okay, there you have it. Nothing very fancy, pretty much just quick, down and dirty for everything that is in that file menu, line by line. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. This is only the first video of many videos to cover the ins and outs of LightBurn. So I hope to have an entire library built to help everybody with any other questions that they have on how to use this great software. So if you found value in this video, please watch some of the other videos, like, subscribe, and just leave your comments. I know the audio wasn't the best at parts. I'm going to work on that moving forward. But if you have any other suggestions, tips, tricks, or anything else I should be looking at, I really appreciate any input anyone can give me. Till next time, my name is Steve. I appreciate you hanging out and watching the video.